All aspects of the death of Officer Houston Tipping, who's an adjunct instructor at that bicycle officer tactical training session. Their findings concluded Tipping's death was accidental, but did recommend modifications in how instructors are chosen for the course and other changes as well.
Safety briefings should be held at the beginning of any class involving physical activity so that all participants are familiar with the area and the safety equipment's location.
Chief Moore said that in addition to the recommendations, the entire report with the officers' names redacted to comply with personnel and privacy regulations will be released to the public. At LAPD headquarters, Pete Demetrio, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Country music icon Loretta Lynn at the age of 90. Loretta Lynn said the songs she wrote and sang were about
whatever is bothered me at the time.
And what often bothered her was her husband, Oliver. He was known as Stu. His cheating, drinking ways inspired plenty of Loretta's music.
And don't come home drinking with nothing on your mind.
She wrote about her turbulent marriage in her autobiography, Coal Miner's Daughter, later turned into a popular film.
Darn it. I get lonesome standing around by myself. I need somebody to talk to.
I'm running. I better not ever catch you with trash like that again. I mean,
Still, the couple stayed married for 48 years, until his death in 1996.
he was not just my husband, he was my dad. He was everything. On your mind.
Jim Taylor, CBS News. Former President Trump is suing one of the cable news networks, citing what he calls his false, defamatory, and inflammatory mischaracterizations about his allegations of fraud in the 2020 election.
Former President Trump is suing CNN for $475 million, claiming defamation, saying the network has been attempting to smear him for years. This is CNN Attention. The lawsuit says the news network has labeled him as an insurrectionist, a racist. It also points to a January report with host Fareed Zakaria that included footage of Hitler when talking about Trump. The term "the big lie," the suit alleges, has been used nearly 8,000 times since January 2021. The suit says CNN is ramping up its attacks, fearing he may run again in 2024. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Mr. Trump says lawsuits against other media companies are also coming. It's 12:41. Check traffic. We'll take a look at the drive downtown in 4 minutes.
Sign up right now to get this exciting new television, 4K, 8K Ultra soundbar, complete home theater, or during the Video and Audio Center's exciting 42nd anniversary celebration for you. Plus the biggest deals for the biggest games on TV, the big games, Samsung, Sony, LG, and much more from Video and Audio Center. Our prices are the same or lower than the internet, plus free setup fees as historic, our lowest price ever. Samsung's exciting 85-inch 4K Smart HD, only $12.97 for 85-inch, or take the 75 for $7.97. The 65-inch Samsung only $4.97 right now. It's here's Sony's best OLED TVs, the Video and Audio Center. And right now, the 55-inch Sony OLED TV for only $13.98. Video and Audio Center, LG OLED headquarters, from only $11.46. Sonos latest soundbar, the Sonos Rave, for only $2.79. Video and Audio Center. Shop in store or call our hotline 310-899-2929.
Attorney Michael Carney is responsible for this ad.
Attention, former childhood residents of McLaren Hall in El Monte, California. If you were housed at McLaren Hall at any time during its 40 years in existence and were a victim of sexual abuse, now is the time to come forward, as you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. McLaren Hall housed tens of thousands of children waiting to be placed in foster homes. It was overcrowded and underfunded with poor trained staff. Reports of both physical and sexual abuse were ignored. Finally, in 2003, its doors were shut in disgrace due to child abuse and neglect. If you were housed at McLaren Hall at any time and were subjected to any sexual misconduct, you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Call our McLaren Sexual Abuse Helpline now at 800-691-1853. The deadline to file a claim is close. Call now to get the justice, closure, and the financial settlement you deserve. No matter how many decades ago it was, call our law firm's McLaren Sexual Abuse Helpline right now at 800-691-1853. 800-691-1853. 800-691-1853.
Hey guys, let me tell you something about Hollywood Suits. I couldn't believe
my eyes when I walked into the Hollywood Suits store. It's like walking into an entire city block of menswear. They have a selection that's more than 50 men's stores combined. The folks at Hollywood Suits are one of the nation's largest suit manufacturers. They supply many of the major retail chains you're used to going to paying 4 to 5 times as much. Folks, hear this out. 3 quality men's suits for $3.99 or 3 woolen cashmere suits for $4.99. That's right. 3 wool and cashmere suits, the best fabric on earth, for $4.99. Plus, you get 15 accessory items at no extra charge. They carry big names like Armani, Canali, Salvatore Lorente, and many others. And why rent a tuxedo when you can own one for less than $100? Hollywood Suits. 3 locations: Hollywood, Torrance, and Orange County. Or visit them online at HollywoodSuits.com. Hollywood Suits. They fit everyone.
We're all on this planet together. So join Odyssey and find your one thing. Now that it's autumn, check window and door seals for proper insulation and replace your furnace air filter. Join Odyssey, and together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
Check in every morning at noon and when you drive home from work.
Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Everything you need every time you listen.
12:45, and I'm Bob Rill. Stories coming up on KNX News 97.1 FM.
So what should you do if you find yourself caught up in a data hack? I'm Brian Payne.
Elon Musk says he's buying Twitter for $44 billion.
This is Chris Seatons. Health officials are warning about what could be a potentially very dangerous, deadly flu season ahead.
Those stories in the next 15 minutes. Right now, though, we're going to check traffic. We do that every 10 minutes on the 5s, and we do it now with Tanya Thomas.
I'm going to start out by taking a look at the drive downtown, which is in fairly good shape. You will see quite a bit of Caltrans work, and that includes on the southbound 101 connector to the south 110 is currently shut down. Caltrans working on the bridge. The southbound 110, we've got some bridge work being done at 5th Street. Looks like they may have closed down that collector road. And at Boyle Heights, the eastbound 10 to the north 5, that is also closed. There's also bridge maintenance going on there. Now, if you're headed out of Mid-City into downtown, the eastbound 10 from Arlington to Hoover, you've got a lane that is closed. And the westbound 10 from Hoover back out to Arlington, there is a lane closed on that side of the freeway. And the Valley, we've got the Toluca Lake crash. This is the 134 west at Lancashire Boulevard. That off-ramp is currently shut down for a pickup truck on its side on that on-ramp. We've got a crash on the 5 north at Osborne. We've got the carpool and left 3 lanes open. Those right 3 are currently blocked. This was a 2-car crash, and they are still working on that. And we've got a closure of the 405 north transition to the north 101 in Sherman Oaks. A little bit of slowing as you're headed on the northbound 57 in Orange County from Yorba Linda Boulevard to Lambert Road. Caltrans doing some road work in lanes. Next report at 12:55 on KNX News 97.1 FM.
Santa Clarita Valley should expect temperatures in the mid to upper 60s overnight tonight, while coastal areas will see very few night and morning low clouds and fog. We're looking at 67 degrees for Long Beach overnight, 66 for Laguna, 66 at LAX. Folks inland, like the Valleys, Van Nuys, Burbank, North Hollywood, look for mid-60s there. Parts of the Inland Empire should fall into the low 60s. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Martina Brown, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Currently, it's 67 in Chino, in Cerritos, 70 degrees, Inglewood at 70, and in the San Fernando Valley, it's 66 in North Hollywood at 12:47. And if you're caught up in a data breach like the LAUSD hack, there are important steps you should take.
Changing your passwords, using two-step authentication, and monitoring your accounts are all critical, says Consumer Reports' Amira Dullah. But she tells KNX you should go a step further.
Remove their public information online or freeze their accounts and credits, and given the information released at LAUSD, which involves social security numbers, I would recommend this.
And she says take action to wipe clean a lot of your data history.
Many accounts like Google or Facebook allow you options for how to keep your data history or how to delete old data. You can even delete recordings or visuals captured from smart devices in your homes at a quicker rate than they normally do now. So you can go into your settings and you can choose and adjust this to be 3 months, 6 months, 18 months.
And don't forget home accounts. We let a lot of them just sit out there without closing them and forget about them, leaving all that sensitive info out there for the taking. Brian Payne, KNX News 97.1 FM.
After historically low levels during the pandemic, health officials are warning that the flu could make a deadly comeback this winter.
Adding to the concern is that a new study shows only half of American adults say they plan getting a flu shot. Dr. David Agus of USC says that's terribly low and that the flu shot should be looked at the same way we approach a COVID booster.
If you have very low immunity to the flu when you get it, it can be a severe pneumonia. And so what we worry about is that serious illness when our immunity is low. The easy